Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the webinar series, Be Your Own Boss. Um, I would again like to thank all our viewers for a lot of support and a lot of fantastic feedback that we've been getting, which is why we are again here for the third edition. And with us today, we have Poonam. Hi, Poonam.
Hi, hello everyone.
And we have Pinky. Hi, Pinky.
Hi.
So we have two of our fantastic alumni who are entrepreneurs, and today we'll be discussing with them about their journey. So before we start, let us just wait for a little more bit because I can see a lot of attendees are joining in right now. As usual, we are on time. We've started on time. Poonam, how about let's share your experience about how it's been with the lockdown. This particular experience is unique. So I ask all my participants this.
It's a very unique experience, and I hope that this is the only experience that we get once a while and not again and again. So yeah, this experience has been really good for me in a positive way. So I really got time to do things that I was looking forward for. So I started learning Italian language, which I wanted to learn since past a decade, but I couldn't do because of time strain. So I'm doing my second level of Italian language learning. I'm doing a lot of cooking, spending time with my 10-year-old child, playing games with him, doing sports activities with him, reading, meditation. I'm of course doing a lot of yoga, which I always used to do. So it's been a fantastic time for me. This is just the positive side of it. Of course, there are a lot of other negative parts as well, but I think let's not look into it. There's no income, and a lot of people are jobless, and there are a lot of things, but let's focus and try to be positive and spread positive news around everywhere. So that's
True that.
my story about lockdown.
Uh, Pinky, how has it been for you?
Oh, for me, it has been just fantastic. First thing I did is like just cut off myself from all the news which is happening around, because that was the first thing that creates negativity. Like how Poonam also said, it's true. You should just cut off yourself from the news around and then start working on yourself. So I initially, first day, even I was in tears, like, how will I spend this time? Because I've never, in last 23 years, I've never been home, but this was like an amazing experience. I mean, every day I just found something new to be learned and to be dealt with. So I started doing so many different things. Like I never sketched in my like I used to do drawings, biology drawings, and after that I've never tried doing sketching. So I tried doing one or two sketches. I tried learning meditation, Reiki, doing new things. My business, my one of my business started during lockdown. So for me, like everybody thinks it's a very challenging, but I had the opportunity to work on my business in a different way, working on my website. So a lot of different things which I had not done myself, and because I had so much of time, I could do it myself. So I feel for me it is a fantastic journey. Met new people during this time, did a lot of charity work. Like I'm associated with a charity thing. We did a lot of things around that. So for me, I
Wow,
feel this has been fantastic, amazing. Like I have no
that's
complaint.
really
Yeah,
that's
it's
an
just
awesome experience. Yeah, starting your own business during this lockdown is like something really interesting.
yeah. I mean, it was my business was planned that I had to start from May. Lockdown wasn't planned, so it is just like best that it started during this time.
So we have a live example here who has been successful in starting her own business during the COVID-19 lockdown, which is, as everyone is saying, is pulling down a lot of businesses. So that's we are going to be discussing about that, Pinky. I hope you will share about it.
Yes, yes.
So, as we are having attendees flowing in, we will but continue with our program. So Poonam, Pinky, how about let's start with your background and what has been your educational background? What's been your maybe in short your journey, your academic journey, and then currently what you're doing. What's your experience being?
Okay, I have passed out in 97 and I did my home science with textiles as my major from BMN College. And the day I finished my exams, it was 30th of April 97. And from 2nd of May, I joined office. So I started my career immediately the next day, I can say. I just took 1 day break because it was 1st May. Otherwise, there was no break. So 1st May was the only holiday that we had, and immediately next day we just joined. We got this opportunity from our internship, which is the best thing, like internship gives you an opportunity. If you work really hard and well, you just get immediate opportunity there. So from my internship, I joined. I spent my 6 years in Creative Garments as a junior merchandiser, learning out internship. Also, I did there. Post that, I moved to other two companies of exports like Mandana and Bombay Rayon. And then I jumped into retail, which is Jack and Jones. I was heading the sourcing for Jack and Jones for almost 4.5 years. And post that, I was with a friend of mine. We had I was a working partner, and we had a sourcing company. And now I have since November, I started one company called Miraki Beats, which is about high-end embroidery panels for designers for exports. And another business is Miraki Biz, which is just started during lockdown, which I mentioned. And that is apparel sourcing or anything that is related to textiles, handicraft. I do sourcing for that because somewhere I have gained experience in my sourcing with different categories, just not doing one category. So I love doing multiple things, and that's what brings my interest in this. That's about me.
Wow. Wow. So Pinky, you didn't pursue any further education after graduation?
No, I have complete experience of mine just comes through everything that I learned in the industry. And I mean, during that time when I passed down in 97, even graduation was considered quite a lot, and somehow uh, there were situations that I wanted to start working and do become something of myself. So that's where I just started working, and it took me, my career took off really nice. I was fortunate that I had good companies to work with, good seniors to be with, and that gave me a push. With all my hard work and dedication, they saw that I could do something, and they gave me an opportunity.
Okay. Okay. Poonam, how was it? What did you do after your graduation? How has your journey been?
To be honest, my journey has been really good so far. So for me, the life has been very, very different. Um, Firstly, I'm not from Bombay, so I come from a really small town called Hubli, and I did my 10th in Hubli, and then I moved on to Bombay. I had a hostel life for 5 years, and honestly, Dr. BMN College has been really, really strong pillar because my parents were really worried that the college that she's going, what is the crowd going to be, how are the teachers going to be. They were really worried as a parent because they were really far away from me, but the college has been really supportive, and they helped me nurtured even in my low, when I'm low or when I'm like not well, or if I have some
Hmm.
issues and any problem, they've always been a part of my life. And yeah, 5 years were like one of the best years of my life. Until date, I cherish them. The teachers, the all the teachers, the principal, the friends, they've been like a really strong base of my career. So, and then after finishing my graduate, I knew basically that I want to do home science. I think since when I was in grade 6 in my school, but I wasn't aware what exactly it is because I had just seen few portfolios of one of my cousin, and that excited me that this is what I want to do. And I joined Dr. BMN College, and the 5 years were best years of my life. So once I was out from the college, I immediately got a job as a embroidery designer. So
Okay.
embroidery was something that I always wanted to do because it's very creative. I mean, till date, after 20 years, I still feel that I'm learning every day something new, some new technicality, some new materials. So it's every day a new process. So I worked in 2 or 3 companies before I started off with my own company in the name of Seventh Sense. And it's been 10 years now, and it's doing great.
Wow, that's fantastic. Let me call here. We've got with us Mala ma'am, and we have Anu ma'am, and we have Veena ma'am here. Mala ma'am.
Hello,
Anu
girls.
ma'am.
Hello, girls. It's nice to see
Hello,
you.
ma'am. How are you?
Yeah. And when our girls prosper the way you have prospered, it feels so great because, like a mother hen, we also feel very nice to see our girls prosper the way you're prospering. All the best and do well in life. That's what any administrator would want. And BMN is very, very proud of you. Thank you for doing whatever you're doing. And of course, Poonam, we always see her in our meetings. She's part of us. And I don't mind even Pinky joins us. You know, we need alumni to be a stronghold in our college. So thanks for being there always and have a lovely time. And I think Vanisha is doing a fantastic job and share
Yes.
your journeys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Veena ma'am, would you join us?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We can
Yeah,
hear you.
nice to see all of you. Nice to see all of you. Vinisha, compliments to you for taking this initiative. And I would like to thank all 3 of you. Well, Vinisha for conducting, and Pinky and Poonam for joining the program. And both of them said they were fortunate enough. But let me tell you, both of them were very hardworking in their student life. Very sincere student and very hardworking. And Poonam is there in our one of the board. Even Pinky is there in our BOS now.
Wow.
So it's a great achievement for both of them. All the best, girls.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you for
Thank
all
you,
your
ma'am.
support.
Mala ma'am, will you join us? Mala ma'am.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah, so this is third in our series of this very exciting series that Vinisha has put together, and I'm delighted to see that it's got off so well. We first had something with the alumni from FSN and then from HT and now from textiles, and both of you are well-established business women. And we always take great pride in talking to our students about role models like you. And like Veena ma'am said, Pinky is on our IQAC. Pinky, you're on our BOS. Poonam, you're on our IQAC and playing very active members in the college and taking us ahead. We're really looking forward to what you have to say. I'm sure that you will inspire other students to become entrepreneurs like yourself. And Poonam, I was just admiring the books in the bookshelf behind you. I can't tell you how happy that makes me.
My son is so fond of reading that if given a
Okay.
choice, he might just not watch TV but just engrow. Like, he can spend whole day reading.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
So that's really caught my eye, all those books behind you.
Thank you
Yes,
so
so
I
go
much.
ahead,
told her,
looking forward to what.
I told her yesterday, ma'am, that this is a very good background you have.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
kind of thinking whether to use this space because it belongs to my son. So I wasn't sure, So she said, "Oh yeah, it's a nice place, And I said, "Yeah, these are all my
Yeah.
son's books. Hardly I don't
Yeah,
read them,
okay.
but he's a very good reader. He enjoys reading."
And of course, Pinky has a very textiles oriented, very soothing background. reflects on reflects on you, Major. So go ahead. We look forward to hearing what you have to share with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us and
Thank
inspiring
you so
us.
much for your support.
Okay, so let's start with the most important question. Why did you choose to be an entrepreneur? Pinky, would you like to start?
Yes. So basically, it took me a lot of time to actually become an entrepreneur. But I always believe that even if you're working for a company, you should work as an entrepreneur. So which I did all my life. That I was working for companies, and I worked as it was my own company. And finally, now I decided that I should be doing it by myself, because it was high time for me. I'm already 43, and I just turned 43, and it was like during my 40s, I was thinking that if I don't do anything right now, maybe it's too late. So I might not have something to, I might not have the same guts to do it later. So I started a bit late, but I just feel that maybe everybody has the right time. Not everybody can start on day one, so you should never lose hope. So not everybody has greener grass available to start on day one, or have the guts to start anytime. So I feel that anytime when you start, it is right time. And for me, this was the right time, where I was been pushed by myself, by my friends, that you should be doing something of your own now. So that is where now I am, like. And once I started, back to back, I had two companies that I formed, which is brought me here.
Okay. So you think your previous experience helped you be an entrepreneur, or you think had you started earlier, would that have been better, if you would have started straight away as an entrepreneur?
No, I feel for me, I feel that my experience has got me here, that I am today confident. My contacts, my experience of building a business, my capabilities of working on different categories which I'm interested in. Like when I worked for different places, I know that in exports I've learned into manufacturing and marketing. When I was in retail, I understood buying and sourcing, and all this put together is now my profile here. Like now my company is, I'm presenting it. So my education plus my experience puts me together to become an entrepreneur. So I don't have any kind of thing that I should have started earlier, because as I said, that when I was working for a company, I believed it was my own company, and I always worked as an entrepreneur there. I never looked at my time. I used to work from morning 10 till night 12 with a 12 o'clock when I was working for any other organization as well. So for me, that was nothing different. It was just that owner was different. So it really didn't matter to me that much.
Mm-hmm. And Poonam? Yeah, so why did you become an entrepreneur?
I think my answer is very similar to what Pinky has to say. Yeah, but to add on, when I was also working in a company where I always thought it's my own company, and I used to work day in, day out. We had collections to launch, and we would work like till 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. sorry, in midnight. And it was a part of life that every collection or every fashion show, we had to work extra hours to see that the collection is being delivered in perfect way. So there were a lot of things, and I worked for like 10 years or so. And then I was actually, me and my husband, we got married like in 2005. And then we both were working both at a very good position, highly paid. So that's where, when we thought, we both as a couple decided that this is the right time, that we have our savings that will help us with our bread and butter in case if our business doesn't work. So we decided that let's start our own company in the name of 7 Cents. So we started from my house, from my bedroom basically, and that's where it slowly picked up. And like honestly, for me, my son, who is also 10 years old, and my business, so they grew up together. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's been a wonderful journey. And also just to share, it's not very easy to be an entrepreneur or to start your own business. It's really a lot of hard work, a dedication, and you have to be prepared. Like with us, we were prepared for the failure rather than for the success. We were prepared for the failure. In case if it doesn't work, let's not go into negativity or depression. Let's be positive that we started when we were in our early 30s and late 20s. So we were, in case if it doesn't work, we were ready to accept the failure, that we can go back to the industry and start working again. But with the grace of God, we didn't have to take that step, and slowly and steadily we are growing. We have good number of staff here now, and our factories are all audited as per international standards. And so
Wow.
yeah, slow and steady, but you have to be positive. You have to be focused. You have to grow in with the world, adapt to the new changes, and that's all.
I'm
It's
I'm
far away.
curious, Poonam, how did you get your first order? What was that experience like?
Honestly, the first order was a really small one. I believe that it, the business is all about, yeah, you need to have a profit share, but the amount of profit and all doesn't matter. The first order gave me like 100% of satisfaction. It gave me a motivation, that I can do. We both as a couple can do it. No, it's not that difficult if we work hard. So when our first order was something where we had to get the fabric dyed, get the artworks. I did the artworks by myself. I went to the beading factory, got the embroidery. So it was just one man show, going to the
Okay.
each and every stage where we have like a team of 40 people working now. So it was just one of us doing that job. So my first order in terms of monetary, I don't remember because it's been like a decade. But yeah,
Yeah.
the satisfaction that I got then, I still cherish that.
Poonam, sorry, Pinky, how did you, when you started as an entrepreneur, how did you get your first order?
My first order started in lockdown. So for me, that is, yes, my first order started in lockdown, and it came from the idea actually. For the whole 2 months, I was just coordinating and understanding the different mask that is been produced used, the disposable mask, the N95s, the 8100. So because I was sitting at home, somebody asked me, can you source this mask for me? So I said, yeah, why not, and I used to find my sources and PP kits and everything, and I started getting more knowledge about it, like what are these masks and how the demand supply gap is been fulfilled right now, and how the prices were changing. So for last 2 months, 2.5 months, I kept on repeatedly getting those inquiries, not earned a single penny out of that inquiries, but I spent a lot of time. The only best thing that happened with me was that in this, I got a lot of knowledge about the N95s and the disposable mask kind of material which is used and all. These things I used to develop my first business or my first orders is mask. Like how long will you wear your N95s, or how long will you wear your disposable mask? One things start working, we all wear such nice clothes and go to our offices, or we like changing. We need a change in ourselves. So that's where I thought of an idea of having creating fashion mask. And I started looking around on websites about it, about what kind of fashion masks are selling. And frankly speaking, not too much was selling online also, which was very fashionable. Okay, it was very simple. They were fashion masks, but they were very simple. And that's where I started researching a little bit more. Then I saw that in India, a lot of brands were going to launch a lot of these fashion masks. And that's where I proposed my customer that what if I make fashion mask for you, and I got my first order. And
Okay,
I'm doing,
wow. So that's about the latest business that you've started.
sorry.
That's you're talking about the latest one that you've started, the latest business that you've started.
Yes. So I am doing. I mean, I ship first mask within 1 week or 10 days of the order, like because the mask is like very fast. So within, I showed the sample, and within 1 week 10 days I made sure that the mask has been delivered. So 100 pieces first, they said anyhow deliver 100 pieces, we need 100 pieces to be there in the store. And it was a nightmare to collect that 100 piece immediately, because everything is locked down, factories are working at 25-30% capacity, and to make sure that they deliver at least 100 pieces first, and then the balance quantity also, like within that short span of time. It was because you have everything, you have to make sure that accessories are right, bands are right, everything, one coming from Delhi
Right.
and everything not in the same area. We delivered it, and you won't believe that day I delivered 100 pieces, next day I had a repeat order on it.
But you're also associated with Miraki beads.
So Miraki Beads and Biz, both are my businesses. Beads is about embroidery panels, and there
How did you get your first order there?
So on beads, I still don't have my first order, to be very honest. I have done my embroidery because I started that company in November. I made my sample sets and did my presentations and all. We had our presentations in US in February 1st week. After the presentations, immediately February 1st, second week, we did presentations, and immediately everything shut down for COVID. So now we are just, so that it is patience, because there the investment is higher. Everything, a lot of things have been selected, but it is the patience that you have to wait and let people open up, because this COVID was unplanned. So business is all about having your unplanned things coming in between. You have to be ready for this.
Yes, true. That's very true. This has been totally unplanned and unpredictable as well. We are still wondering when is it going to end, so that we can begin with our normal life and our further ambitions and aspirations. So how did you have to plan any funds for your in this current? How did you plan that?
So basically, when I thought of becoming an entrepreneur, whenever you have to become an entrepreneur, you also have to keep your backups. That not immediately the same month you will start earning. When you are working for somebody, there is a fixed salary coming in your account.
Yes.
There is a security. But when you have to start your own work, you have to invest money, and you have to be prepared for ups and downs, not having business for some time, or even after getting a business, not necessarily that the first business will get you some profits. So you have to be prepared for 6 months, 1 year, that you are going to not get everything. But I was fortunate that my first order itself, I made money, and I have back-to-back good orders to sustain that. So though I invested my own my own capital inside my business, both my businesses, I have started getting the returns out of it already.
Okay. Wow, that's like really nice. What about Poonam?
Yeah,
What
hi.
about how did you manage the funds?
So as I previously mentioned that, we both as a couple had saved enough that we were sure that we could survive and move ahead with the bread butter. And we had also kept aside certain percentage of our savings to invest in our own business. And still date, it's been going on with our own funding. We do not have any funding people or funding organization as of now. We always wanted to be our own boss. So,
Right. That's an awesome, it's really good to know and inspire so many of us here, who are planning, who want to, start their own businesses. So, you started with your embroidery, right? Why this particular field?
so I started in college. I used to enjoy embroidery. The one that you learn in college is very basic. It's a base on which you build up all the other types and variations of embroidery. So I liked the embroidery part because you can be you can explore, you can be as creative as you can in that particular field. that's where I was really excited to explore that particular field. And luckily, my first job was in the field of embroideries. So it's a very niche business. Uh, so it's a very niche and very small business. Like, we can actually see, or we know how many companies are there who are doing embroidery. And it's not about the embroidery. Is the entire business is not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So you cannot even have an error of 1 mm into your garments. It's so particular.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
always wanted to be a perfectionist. So I think that's where, I was attracted towards embroidery.
Okay. Poonam?
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry. This is Pinky. Can you join us, please?
Yes.
So before you started this Miraki beads this time in November, that is, before that you were also associated with certain apparel businesses.
Yeah, all my life. So basically, I've done my textiles from textiles as my major. And when I started doing, I mean, before when I finished my 10th, I was actually wanting to do fashion designing. And somewhere, because fashion designing was a diploma course, and a lot of people around told my parents that diploma is not good for your career and all these things, you have to do at least graduation. And that's where I came to home science. So I was very keen. I was very clear that I don't want to do anything in commerce because I'm bad at maths. I hate maths. So I wanted to do something which was more creative, and that's where home science came into picture. And one of my cousins, she was doing FRM already from the same college, from BMN college. She was doing FRM, and that's where I also came here, that I wanted to do FRM. But when I started learning, we had Shehnaz ma'am in our
Okay.
FYs. I remember that she changed my perspective, and I started getting the interest for textiles. She was like, for us, she was very young, like, so we didn't feel like she was like a teacher, and she was very friendly, and she made us so acquainted to textiles. And I was so fortunate, like, I remember my interview being taken for the major selection by Veena ma'am, and asking me
Huh.
questions. I was selected. I was so happy because after that, I wanted to always learn textiles. That was my start of Shahnaz ma'am was one who inspired me to get into textiles, and then it was something that I got keen into. And we had
Mhm.
amazing teachers like Shilpa ma'am, Meena ma'am. We had, it was like a family for us in college. Namrata ma'am. So they inspired us to get into this further, different areas of textile. Then our internship, this brought us, this brought me at least to build my career in this field.
Okay. Okay.
I would just like to add, so that the teachers at BMN really, really drill us to the core, where they bring out the best out of us. So they know that we have the potential, and how to get the potential out, and which is in benefit of everyone. So at BMN, I think the teachers are really too good, and they know how to shape an individual student. And it's just awesome. I mean, till date, when I go to college, I feel I should get back to studies again, because it's a different experience.
I'm
This
completely.
I think a lot of us ex BMIs, once we step out, we have the same feelings.
Yes,
Yeah,
completely. I mean, like,
so this would be a message to all the students who are listening to our conversation, that you all have the opportunity, utilize it. Explore all the things that your teachers want you all to explore. You will just grow into a very beautiful young and entrepreneurs.
I would like you to share that maybe your experience wherein you had a tough time, and how did you cope up with it? I would like you to share something in that. I'm sure that is going to motivate a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean,
Poonam, maybe you can start with that.
yeah. So that moment has been really close to my heart. It's the moment when I was delivering my child. I don't know how to put that in words. It's just getting too emotional.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
I don't
That's okay.
discussed with you. So I was in my 9th month of pregnancy, and it was a planned cesarean. So I was
Okay.
delivering my child at 3 p.m. and I was working in the factory like till 11 a.m. trying to organize my work, everything, so that because I was aware that I'm not going to be, like working for next 6 days or so. So that was like
Hmm.
really close to my heart. And honestly, I was back to work on the 5th day after I delivered my son.
Hmm.
Of course, it was work from home because he was born in January, and usually you have in March the collections. So I had just like
Hmm.
2 months to work on the new collection. So that is very
Hmm.
emotional time for me, and I really cherish it.
So you managed it all with your newborn child.
Yeah. I mean, as I told you, they both grew together. So they've both been equally close to my heart, very close. So my son, he's getting the hang of embroidery because he's in the office post his school hours. So
Hmm.
they both have been growing together, and I really love both of them. I'm passionate about both of them. And
Right.
so that's very
Pinky.
emotional, and you get ups and downs. The only thing you have to be is you have to be very positive about yourself, that the failures is not the end. Every failure has a new beginning to it. So if you
Right.
are positive about yourself in your life, then nothing can stop you from growing. Growing is just not monetary wise. It's more how good you are with your employees, how you treat them, the satisfaction you get when you just see a smile when you give them a box of mango, and a gift of, like we give them a box of crackers every Diwali, because we've seen sometimes they cannot afford, and they say that my child is not able to burst crackers because they cannot afford to, some of the people, like some of our staff. So it's been
Yeah.
since I think 7 years that we gift every year like crackers and sweets during Diwali and mangoes even before we start eating mangoes. So I think
Wow.
that smile on their face is 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 the best profit that you earn in any business.
Yes, so
Pinky,
true.
how is, would you like to share an experience with us?
So basically, as I say that my business has just started. So my difficult times or difficult challenges are yet to be completely has to be started with. But yeah, before starting also I had this challenge of COVID, which was unplanned. So
Yeah.
during that time, I had to start thinking a different way, because I had thought that I will start my business, the apparel business, what I wanted to do, with some apparel order, which would be in the pipeline. So I was preparing for my autumn winter orders for shirts and bottoms, what I was supposed to do, and instead I had to start looking at different category itself, which I had never done.
Mhm.
So mask was one of it. The category itself was different. So you
Yeah.
when you have to start your business, you have to be prepared that you might have to change your perspective toward things, and you will have to start looking at an option. You cannot get strong bonded that this is what I wanted to do and I will only do that. You have to be flexible with that kind of sources. Another thing I would say, I would share my experiences maybe during my work journey, which is, as I said,
Mhm.
it's like when I was working during my own thing. So I had these times when I started my college, or during that time, during 97, when I passed out, it was still the generation had not changed. Like right now you see everybody's become quite modern, and people have started accepting that girls going out and all. That time it was still very conservative. So I
Hmm.
had friends though where they were open that I should go and work and everything. but I had so much of surroundings around that pushed or that pressurized my parents socially, thinking that the girls should not be working. Why are they coming so late? Why am I working so late? Am I having a boyfriend? Am I not working? You know what? Those kind of questions kept on arising, and there was a continuous fight to uh, come out of this social what's it,
Expectations, I guess.
expectations. Yeah, because I had my neighbors, they used to come in the evening, they're well dressed and like finely makeup and all, and I used to come like tired. My mom used to say, are you doing Hamali over there, like that way, are you doing Hamali over there? So that was the kind of reaction I used to get. I said, yeah, maybe I am a educated Hamal there, but it was not that I was doing Hamali. But when we work with all your heart together, and when you're working overall, when you want to learn something new, you have to invest that time. So we used to, like, as an intern, as a new joinee also, we used to run around, we used to work like crazy, like we always used to think this is our business. We, like how Poonam shared that, during her pregnancy, like she was going to deliver at 3 and she was working till 11. It was the same
Hmm.
thing. I have gone through my divorce, and I know that during those times also, when I was in US, my husband had moved to US, and I was there. I used to work as per India timing the whole night. I was in because
Okay.
there's a time difference. So when the office used to
Hmm.
start, I used to start during that time in the night, and I used to work
Hmm.
the whole night. And in the day, I can't, like, because you're there, some activities happening, you can't sleep. So I almost had sleepless night for 2 months when I was there. You know,
Hmm.
and I had my difficult times in relationship that time. So I was going through that phase. So I just want to say very simple thing. It is like today all of us just say that it is difficult, it is not possible, and we just give up. I would just say all the girls that it's not that we have got everything in our platters.
Hmm.
We also have gone through our struggles, we have gone through our fights, we have gone through our ups and downs. Like there are so many things, like today what we are is all the hard work that we have put in. I started my career with 1800 rupees salary, and if today we tell our girls that we are going to pay you even say 10,000, they will say, who will work for 10,000?
Yeah.
But they never think that
True.
the company is giving you that experience, and you have to gain that experience. They are investing in you, their time, their efforts. So never think that what you're getting now. Just invest your time completely, learn, and then explore yourself, because today
Hmm.
learning is not free.
So
That's
do
how
you think do you think that there is some particular time, like you've started your business right now in this COVID, and going ahead, it's my understanding that being an entrepreneur will be a better bet going further. So do you think whether there is a particular time to, if you want to get into being your own business, having your own business?
no, they always say, no, age is just a number. So I don't think I'm old at all. I mean, it's just that I
No,
gained
no. No, no, I don't mean that at all.
myself that there is no age for anything you want to do. Like how learning has no age, similarly, there is no age for when you want to start doing something in life.
Yeah, true.
No,
And I
no,
think as you
no,
grow
no.
old,
Age
you
isn't the
become
question at all. Age is, I was talking about the current scenario, the economical scenario that we are facing. So, do you think it is the right time to get into a business?
So there are two ways to look at it, according to me. One thing is that yes, everybody thinks it's a difficult phase and everybody is losing their jobs, and in this time to start something new is difficult. Okay, but what if you don't have a job? Will you sit at home just like that? I'm sure you want to feed your stomach, so you will start looking at some option. Okay, in my case, that was not the case because I had planned that I wanted to start this business. It is just for me, it became a little different that I had to start strategically think different ways than what I had thought. But this could be anyway situation. So it is, and right now, everybody, if you look at your friends around, if you look at your seniors, parents, everybody, right now either people have lost jobs or they have cut in salary or anything. So even if you are becoming an entrepreneur right now, you have the opportunity, the best opportunity to build this up. That's what I
Right.
feel, that you work hard and use your capabilities and build this up in a new way. You might come up with a new idea, new ways of building it up. So it is the right time, I would say, that you don't have any base or everybody is in a very low base and you have the opportunity to prove yourself.
Yeah, I
Right.
think what Pinky is saying, what she mentioned is absolutely right. Because even like companies that have been already working and since ages, now they want to start from zero, from base. Because what orders they had are either cancelled or late or something. So every person is going to have a new beginning post lockdown. So I think this is the best time to really think what you want to do. Apart from what you are already doing, you can explore new ways or new ventures. You can venture out your already existing business. So this is the right time if you choose to be positive and just get out of your box, because you need to get out of the box to think what can be done. If you feel okay, this is the end of everything, you will just be in the box. So I think it's the right opportunity that think, take wise decision and just move ahead. Listen to your heart and your mind. That's what I believe, and take it positively.
Yes, I agree with Poonam. You are just have to
Yeah,
listen to your heart and just start working on things.
yeah,
Just think
and
out of the box. This
yeah,
I
situation
agree.
needs you to think out of the box because you have to survive. If you can't survive, then you are not the one who want to be somewhere. Like if you don't have the thrive to survive.
So for being an entrepreneur, the first thing that you need to have is perseverance. You really need to keep on trying, not give up.
Yes, yes.
not
You
never
cannot
give up.
lose hope.
And I feel our college teaches us never to give up. We always strive hard to submit our assignments on time. We work day in, day out, sketching, tracing, doing, so that we can submit on time. So our college already teaches us to how not to let go things and how to be strong. So we are already prepared, and we've been prepared by our college how to face these things. So
Mm. Poonam, I'll just mention this that in another five minutes or so, we'll start taking questions from the audience. Meanwhile, I want to ask you, how was your growth? As in, you've been having your business for around 10 years. So how did you progress? And how long did it take to you to start making a good amount of profit? How much did you have to invest? Could you share
so
some funding details?
So basically, when we started off our business, it was not the right time. It was really a recession period. So we focused what we can deliver to our clients that the existing companies aren't able to deliver that. So our strategy was a bit different. So we did a lot of research in the Indian market, and we came to a conclusion that the Indian market is lacking accessories, a very unique accessories that are available in other countries, like other Asian countries. So we focused on sourcing those accessories. We traveled to other Asian countries, like gathered the information, tied up with them, built a contact with them, and we bought those accessories. That was 10 years down the line, and then we used those very unique accessories onto our embroideries. So it was just not very regular sequins, beads, pearls, bugles. It was very different accessories, which probably the clients in we started off with Lebanon first. So there
Mhm.
it was something very wow, that they had never seen these materials there. So I
Okay.
think the strategy worked really well with us. And then from Lebanon, we started with London, then Italy, Paris, and now New York. So we travel round the year, like thrice in a year, to all these countries for work. We show them our collection. And not to mention, we have a really strong team. a lot of them are from BMN College of Home Science. So
Okay.
I really enjoy working with them. So we also have interns coming every year from textiles batch since I think last 5 to 6 years. So they work with us for their internship period, and a lot of them are really good. We know that if we shape them, they can be really useful for our company. They can really grow with us. And yeah,
Hmm.
and there have been students from our college who've been with us from 5 to 7 years, and it's been really great working with them.
Lovely. Yeah, this is really nice.
I mean, I still remember that when we started to grow, my first call was to Veena ma'am that, ma'am, I, my base was my college. So now I am looking for merchandisers. So my first point of contact would be you. If you know anyone that who is, looking for a job, I would be more than happy to have them working, because it's the college who's helped us to reach at what we are now. So it's our time to return them back. So I still remember the first merchandiser that worked with me was from BMN College. She worked with us and then she got married. But yeah, we do have a lot of BMN College students coming, working with us, doing their internship with us. So I'm still connected to college. I still have all the talks from my staff about the college, the teachers, and I really cherish those moments.
Pinky,
Yes.
we have a question here for you. You
Yes.
mentioned giving presentations. Can you elaborate on that
Giving presentations. Yeah, you mean to say to my clients, right?
to your clients for networking or for the business?
Yeah, so basically, right, usually how it starts is that you have to start making, how do you present, how do you approach a customer? You have to build up your profile, you have to do your presentations to them. So during lockdown, everything is digital, you know. Usually, like how Poonam said, that they started traveling. Usually, that is the case that you travel with your collections to go to customers and show your sample. But how do you do during lockdown or some situations which arise? And like lockdown is going to be a new normal. You can't travel so often or so easily. So what is that? What I did is like I build up a nice presentation of my product that I want to market. You know, they say that
Hmm.
if you have to make somebody buy something, you have to make them believe what you want to buy, you know, what they want to
Right.
buy, you know. You have to make sure that you believe in your product and you have to sell that. So your
Hmm.
presentation is something, be it physical presentation or digital presentation. It is very important that you present it in a way to them that the customer gets attracted and they know that what they will start believing in your product. Only then they will buy from you. Otherwise, they have 100 more people to supply everything. You know, why will they buy from you? So anybody who is doing that, what I did is like I made a fancy presentation, not fancy in the sense, a very presentation which had all the information regarding my product and why I think that this product is going to sell. Say example, I started my business with mask. So
Hmm.
this mask, first I said that it is a fashion mask. Why do you want a
Okay.
fashion mask? Because you are going to, you know, like this is the time is changing and you have to use fashion instead of going just for disposable. Plus
Hmm.
the whole thing about that disposable mask has a certain amount of fabric layers which is protecting them. Okay, so
Hmm.
same layers are there in my mask. Third is I'm giving
Okay.
a special wash to it that is saving you from getting attracted from any kind of virus. So you are buying this product which is more trendy, more fashionable, more appealing, and you are still getting all that what your N95s or what your, like maybe N95 is too technical, I should not use N95 name, but the level of filtration that those masks give you, which you're buying
Hmm.
from a medical, which my fashion mask is giving. So this is the way I made people believe on my product. This is just an example
Okay.
I'm showing. So it is very important
Right.
that you have manipulate the customer, not manipulate, but you have to inspire the customer to buy that
Believe
product,
in it.
believe
Yeah.
in it. What is your belief is not necessary is going to be their belief, you know.
Right.
Right. Also,
Uh,
we need to change with the time, with the collection, or so every trip or every meeting that you do with them, you need to be different from what you were. The only
okay.
way that you can build your business is to grow with, or is to grow with the trend, or to set your own trends, to do
Hmm.
100% good research about the material, the embroidery, the presentation. There are a lot of things that add on to it. It's not just
Hmm.
how you speak or how you try to convince them. It's your product, your past experience with them, how good you were in delivering your product, how perfect your piece was. So there are a lot of things, and that takes really lot of hard efforts to deliver that. It's just not,
Hmm.
it doesn't just happen overnight. Your experience, your hard working, how well your staff is, it everything matters a lot when you run your own business. So
There's another
so
question which is asking us, Poonam, maybe you can answer that. That how did you build up your clientele? As in, I think what they want to know is how did you do your networking?
So, when you start off, we started off with a very small clientele base, because we did not have enough of infrastructure. We were working from home, so we didn't wanted to approach the big shot clients. So we started off with
Okay.
small clients, and then, for example, we started off with Lebanon. It's a word of mouth because it's a very small country. So when you deliver
Hmm.
your first order or first collection to them, when it's so perfect and it's so nice that you've been approached or you've been recommended to others. So that's where
Hmm.
based on the word of mouth, it builds up. But yes, then once you grow, you really need to contact them, send them your presentation, send them your collection, and then you have to prove that you are capable working with them. Like the big brands, you need your factories to be audited, an ethical audit, which says that
Okay.
your PF is, a lot of things are there, like the fire safety, the PF, the staff, what you do for them. So the first clientele base is really small one. I can say
Hmm.
that someone who's also started off from their end and they're looking. So it should be small clientele base, and then eventually with time, with the infrastructure, with the staff you have, you grow,
Hmm.
and that's where we approaching the bigger clients, and
There's
then you will be able.
another question. There's
Yeah.
another question. It says, how do you, one second. It says, how do you advertise your business?
So our business doesn't need any advertisement. So, we actually, now maybe the things might have changed, but we do not, like our swatches, if we have shown it to one client, we do not show the same things to other clients, because then what happens is someone picks up, they use that, or if they don't use, and the same thing if the other client picks up, then it's a clash. So we do not
Okay.
advertise our product. So we only show them, or we we target it in a way, we know, okay, this particular client like these kind of samples, so we only show. We cannot like market them, or we do not like, we don't believe in sending images as well. It was before the lockdown. Maybe post
Okay.
lockdown we need to change our strategies, have a Zoom call, organize
Right.
meeting, which we are already in process.
I would
Thinking,
like
what
to add
about,
to
yeah,
this is there are these both the questions which is there, that how do you build your first customer, or how do you build your customer, and how do you market yourself. In
hmm,
apparel it is important, okay, in or any business I would say it is very important to do this. So how
hmm,
we do is first of all, that if you don't have any contacts, start looking out for on the internet. So first is like, what is your product, identify your product and start looking out that which are the customers who buy that product. So
hmm,
anything, even if you want to sell, say even if you're making a burger at home and you want to sell, you should know who is your customer. So identify
yeah,
your customer, start approaching that customer. And now we are so lucky to have Google around, internets around, so many fairs around. Just go around there, find your right customer who is there, start approaching them, build up a sample line or build up your product, whatever it is. It could be textiles, it could be XYZ. build your product and start giving them samples and start marketing. This is the first level of building your contacts. Once you
And
have certain amount of customers, you can have multiple more adding,
the
like
current generation is lucky enough that they have really good social platform, like LinkedIn, Google. I think 10 years down the line, it was existing, but it wasn't that much of in use.
no,
We
yeah,
never
true.
used,
Wasn't.
yeah, it wasn't that
You
much of in use. So I think
have you
currently,
all have you all used any social platforms for building your network?
Yes,
uh,
we use a lot of we put a website. Like you don't put the product that is you're designing. I mean, you put your design product, but not necessary that if, say, example, if I've proposed a product to X customer, we don't put that
Hmm.
product on the website. But our
Hmm.
website shows that what is the kind of product, what is our library looking like, or what are we good at doing it. You're marketing yourself like that. So website is one. Instagram is today is happening, website, Instagrams, your presentations that you send to the customers once you build that. So these are the ways how you do your marketing with the customers, client. Like you have to show something to them for them to get attracted towards you.
Right.
Like I
Right.
said that I did my presentation for mask, that how did you have to make that person believe that you are capable of doing it. So you have to
Right.
always market the product that way.
That makes a lot of difference, no, especially being an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
You really need to be able to sell your product and kind of, sell yourself as well.
right,
That
right.
becomes very important.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful session with both of you and with a lot of insights. It's really uh, I don't know how to put it in a better way, but it's been very informative. And uh, I think Veena ma'am,
Yes,
uh, would you like to ask any questions to the girl, perhaps for our listeners?
they were excellent in their explanations. I think everything is clear. I think everything is clear to everybody. They were good. I thought Pinky will speak on about the business where she's a partner, marketing part.
No, ma'am, now I've started my two new companies. That's why
Yeah,
I just said
huh.
I was so I mentioned
Yeah,
more
yeah.
about
You are right. That's okay. That's okay. I was not aware about. I had read it, but then very nice, very nice. Both of you, excellent presentations, excellent explanations. Good luck in your
and
thank
it's
business.
all because of you what we are today. It's all your hard work that has bought us or made us stand at a position we are today. So it's not
No,
only
my dear
our,
girls, both of you were really hardworking all through your lives. I'm in touch
ma'am.
with you, both of you, and I know you people are hardworking.
It's
Let
been 20
everybody
years
learn.
now. We are still in touch with college. It is lot of you are you are touch with your family only. Like you like lot of times you
Yeah.
miss
Yes,
your
yes.
friends also, but you are still in touch with your college because it was like a family for us. So
family.
it is
It's a huge,
always
huge support system. The college is a huge support system, no doubt about it.
yeah.
So I feel, when you grow, you are growing, but there are a lot of people who are backing you, um, behind you, trying to motivate you, push you in the entire process. And from the time of college, like I would really, this is a nice platform where I can really thank few of them. It's my my parents, my friends, like my best friend, she's in US. I don't know whether she's watching me, Bhumi. Her dad, like, he is my Bombay dad, like her mom and dad were like a family to me. I probably wouldn't have sustained if I wouldn't have, their support. Her tiffins, her rice, I mean, I still cherish that. My cousin, like,
I
I
think
worked
I
with,
think all college memories are flooding in right now.
no, there's so many things. My husband also
Nice to
from
hear them. Nice to hear them.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot be successful in life if you don't have all this support. Your teachers, your family, your friends, they are your pillars, they are the ones who build you up.
Yeah, like my 10-year child, if I'm at late in office, he's there with me, even like at 12 in the night sometimes. Okay, Mama, do you want me to help you? He knows each and everything. He even does some of the meetings by himself. He's so much enjoying embroidery. So it's just not only our hard work, but it's together, people who are with you, who are positive, who are supporting you, that's make you grow, And
Yeah,
I feel,
very true.
and of
Very
course,
true, very
God,
true.
he's always there with us.
It's so important for everybody. Like I would say, women have to work. Women have to be on their own.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, do you want to leave the listeners with a message,
Yeah, I would like to say that everybody who is listening, especially the girls, don't think you just have one thing in life is getting married. For you, your career, your equally balancing with your family is so important that you have to build yourself, because you might not realize it now when you are in your college. You will realize this after a few years when you will have your child growing up and you don't know anything what is to be done. So if you, or maybe you might, if I don't expect anybody to go through, but what if you go through a difficult time and you will have to stand up for yourself, because we women are built that we have a lot of capabilities of doing multitasking. So I would request each and every girl out here listening to this, or even after later who is listening, please focus on your career with your family commitments. Don't leave your career. Give that and one important chance for yourself, and for I know that will end up for your family as well. This is what I would like to say, because I know that I've seen that thing happening and it has helped me. It has changed. You might have to go through few struggles. Don't get scared of those struggles. Those struggles are part to build you up well.
They actually make you strong,
Yeah.
Can
The
I join in?
Struggles.
Yes,
Can I-
Anusha.
Yeah, I'm Anuradha ma'am here. And the objective of starting this entire alumni talks was that you people give some very good pointers to all the students today. And as alumni and as your struggles, I can see one girl starting an entrepreneurship very late in her life, and Poonam, from a small town girl, makes it so big. Now, this is a fabulous message to most of us students who are sitting and watching you guys. See, look at us. We are teachers here. But imagine these girls have come out of our portals of BMN and they made a mark. Today, Poonam is recognized. She's feeding 40 other women. And
Yes.
Pinky has started, she took the ability of her or whatever that she has inside to even make lockdown her USP. So, girls, this is our objective. This is why we have started these little things, because today jobs are not in the market, and these are the girls who are giving us jobs. So I think the whole purpose of having these kind of sessions has really come out very well in each and every department. So no department is less or no department is higher. I think when these girls can do it, I think every girl has an opportunity. And see the passion with which Pinky said, relationships other side. But I think all of us have to take that small little message she's trying to tell you. Don't give up your careers, because you all have to stand on our 2 feet. And I think you've done a brilliant job, Poonam and Pinky. And all the best, beta. Do well. And we from BMN are wishing you lots and lots and lots of wishes to make a mark. And tomorrow when Poonam says something, she might be a celebrity too. So Pinky says something, we'll all be wearing her masks. But let me afford those masks.
Oh, man,
Thank you,
sure.
girls. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Vinisha.
Thank you, ma'am. Mala ma'am, I think you want to say something?
Yeah, just two things a little fast. I did a little bit of homework. I visited both your websites. I'd like to compliment you on it. I just wish, and I think that Veena ma'am, I'm not sure whether Sugandha ma'am is here, but I think that we should ask our students to visit your websites. Absolutely professionally done, and a pleasure to see what you put up there and the kind of care that you've taken to put the website. Put the very fact that you have given focus on ethics and the emphasis that you don't child labor. That's also a message that you're putting your ethical code on your website. And Pinky, I also Googled what is Mirakai or Miraki, and I learned that it's a word that the modern Greeks used to describe what happens when you leave a piece of yourself or your soul or your creativity in your work. It's a beautiful name. I think it's a beautiful message that we should end with, that whatever we do, let's leave a piece of ourselves to that. So thank you again. Thank you so much. Vinisha, hats off for this wonderfully successful series.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So much, you've been really so cooperative, helpful. I mean, it's something that I'm going to cherish it my entire life.
Yes, true.
It's that we had today.
So
Thank
we'll
you
see
so
on
much.
YouTube also. This will be streaming on
Yes.
streaming on YouTube, so you can share it if
The recorded
yeah.
version will be posted on YouTube, and
So,
I will also be sharing it with you all.
so you can ask Bhumi to watch it if she hasn't watched it.
Yeah, I'm looking there. But I think
Yeah.
because of the time, I don't know if Bharat Uncle is watching us, but yeah, if they aren't, they'll definitely watch on the YouTube.
Poonam, I'll be sending you the link so you can share it there.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
Vinisha,
ma'am.
I want to thank Anu ma'am and Mala ma'am and Anu ma'am for
Yes, ma'am.
making this happen, making this program happen.
True,
Thanks to
ma'am.
you also for all three of you, your ideas, right? So thanks
This
to
is
Mala
Mala
ma'am
ma'am
and
and
Anu
Anu
ma'am.
ma'am's push that I'm here today doing this series.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a good
Thank you.
platform. Like we're looking forward for many more. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We're definitely coming up. So our next session is expected to be on 18th July. Please join us again there. And we will be posting the recorded version of this webinar on YouTube as well as on the LinkedIn profile. Thank you so much for your share, and I'm sure a lot of girls and a lot of people who are watching this webinar are going to get motivated and are going to get inspired to start something on their own and be their own bosses. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinisha.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thanks. It was nice connecting, and knowing each other.
Yeah, lockdown has actually made us meet so many new people, and it's like so nice to have.
Yeah.
Okay.